Hey guys, it's me again, Prakash, and hope things are great with you. So, what are the top 5 amazing things that you'd have when Saturn is well positioned in the fourth house? Saturn, as you know, it's the graha of acceptance, wisdom, and the bare basics of life, clarity in life. Okay, the fourth is a house. Okay, let me just think. How can I say this? See, the third is the one that takes all the values from the second house and gives it an outward projection. It sort of implements or executes the values in the second house, right? Now the fourth is in parallel with the third, right? The only difference with the fourth is it expands the values, it makes it matured inwardly, okay? Not how you do things outside, but how do you manage within yourself. The values must be also imbibed within yourself. Let me give you an example. Say let's say we talk about authenticity. Okay, it is a value, being authentic. Now the third will take that and prove it on the job or at school or in a relationship, whatever. It shows actually being someone who's authentic, right? The fourth takes that authenticity, but within it makes sure that even while you're alone, you know when people are not looking, but you still maintain that authenticity. It is an inward strength and inward discipline. I hope you understand. If it's not, let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to explain it even more elaborate. But anyway, the fourth is taking the values from the second and trying to imbibe, trying to make it mature, trying to make it even more extensive, but from within, right? It is an internal mechanism. Okay, all right. So fourth and Saturn. Now, what sort of synergies would they get? Okay, the first one is regulation of emotions. Okay, say when you go to a job, say you're a freshman out of college, out of university, going for your job, very excited. Right, you just can't wait to get the job done because part of your value is to be hardworking, right? To be someone who gets the job done. Okay, let's say for example. So the third house will ensure that you go with that zeal and all that to do the job. What happens is when you join a job, you get bullied by the other senior peers or team members, right? And yes, you'll do your job, but however, you are creating a sort of emotional snowball effect, right? Every night when you go back, you realize that there is this pain within you because you're being bullied, although you don't show it to your teammates, but it's small little annoyance which comes into you. But eventually this snowball, as it grows bigger and bigger and bigger going down the hill. It consumes you. So one day when you go to office, you show something else. You show aggression, you show hatred. All these things will start to present. You don't do your job properly, you don't go to work on time. So people at the office would see you as someone who is totally different from how on the first day you join, right? Because you do not know a way to regulate your emotions. There's no coping mechanism, right? You do not know, okay, if this sort of emotion comes in, what should I be doing? So you don't know that. But Saturn the fourth gives you a very natural thing. Okay, you know, okay, someone treats you badly, fine, let's do it. It's just a job, right? It's just a job. I'm here to learn and things like that. If it gets a bit out of hand, then either I switch teams or maybe I quit and do something else. It's always a black and white thing for Saturn. It doesn't really keep anything, right? So that's a good thing, self-regulation. Number two, it's smart enough to compartmentalize. You can think like a drawer, right? And it knows, okay, I'm at office right now, so my emotions and all that must be in the office. When I go back home, my emotions are again sort of suited for the needs back home, right? So if you're in the office, you put your pride back home, or something like that. You do not mix and match things. You are very good in compartmentalizing. You're with your friends, you spend your time with your friends, right? Your emotions always you mold and adapt to the situation. Fantastic thing, compartmentalizing your emotions. Okay. Number three is you're a nerd. That's right. Someone who is a junkie for information. They always love to learn new things. Now, let me tell you why. Because Saturn in the fourth gives a person natural ability to regulate and to understand what is the need for me to be happy, to be contented. I should not make anyone else make me unhappy. No matter what, the circumstances are, I must be happy. If I'm sad, fine, but it's because of me, myself. I should not make anyone else make me unhappy or sad or whatever it is. My emotion is mine. It's within my privacy, right? That is the mindset. And so what it does is it tries to create this thought within a person naturally to read things. Because Saturn is the one who's not going to go and ask, look, I'm feeling very sad, or I'm feeling very, pressured, or I feel insecure right now. Can you give me some advice? It rarely does that. Because a person who has strong Saturn, ladies and gentlemen, would never ever do that. And so naturally, the more you read, right, the more you understand, the more seamless this coping mechanism will become. So this is why I'm saying these people have a strong learning tendencies. Okay, so that is the third, right? Yeah, third. Next will be aesthetics. Yes, I'm sure you don't hear this often, but Saturn has great aesthetics within it. Wherever it goes, Saturn the fourth, wherever it goes, it creates a sense of peace, right? If you look at their desk, the table, it's always tidy. It always has nice pictures around. Back home, they beautify their house with a lot of scene, which brings a lot of peace and serenity. They try to integrate their life wherever they live. It doesn't matter at office or at home or wherever they go. They try to bring in that sense of peace and harmony. Some people, they carry along religious symbols and icons around with them. Wherever they go, they have it on their desk and tables. Because they are such a person. Their houses, you can feel the vibrance if you go to these people's houses. You can feel that sense of serene calmness, peace and all that. Because that's how they are, right? Saturn, and I'm sure this comes to you as a surprise, because when we think about Saturn, naturally, if you search the net or Google, YouTube, whatever, there's always this bad reputation about Saturn. But the truth is, it's not. Okay, which is why the principles, guys, I keep saying this again and again, the principles is very, very important. Where was I? Okay, and the last, certainly not the least, is they are peacekeepers. Sometimes you realize that when there's argument between two people, there's always this third guy that comes in and says, hey, it's okay to have that. Hey, don't worry, let's not go into a fight. Let's take things easy, take things cool. There's always this intermediary person that comes and does the peacekeeping, right? I'm sure you have seen this kind of people. Maybe you are such a person. And that is another quality of the Saturn in the fourth. They don't like all these dramas and all that. Okay, if there's anything going on, they are the best people to come and sort any sort of problems, because they are tactful enough. They have the wisdom. Remember Saturn, they have the wisdom. They are tactful enough to solve any sort of problems. Yep, so that's the top 5 amazing things that you'd have when Saturn is well positioned in the 4th house. Stay tuned for my 5th, and take care of yourself. Namaste.